In the small town of Ridgewater, Montana, the October air was crisp, carrying the smell of pine trees and early frost. The sun rose slowly over the rugged mountains, casting golden light across the Lincoln High School parking lot where yellow school buses sat like sleeping giants. On this chilly morning, 15-year-old Autumn Taylor pushed her wheelchair along a familiar concrete path, her breath forming small clouds in the cold. She navigated carefully around obstacles she dememorized since starting at Lincoln High, a deep crack in the sidewalk the school promised to fix, a metal grate that could trap her wheels, and a slight hill that made her shoulders ache from the effort. Autumn was used to these challenges, but they never got easier. High above the town, on a rocky ridge at Blackstone Ranch, a massive 2,000-pound Angus bull named Titan stood among weathered fence posts. His dark eyes followed Autumn's small figure moving across the parking lot below. For 3 months, Titan had watched her daily routine, noticing how she moved with quiet strength while other students passed by without helping. Something deep in his instincts, a feeling older than words, told him Autumn needed protection. He didn't know why, but every morning his gaze followed her, his ears perked, sensing every change in the air. At Lincoln High, the school day was starting. Teenagers laughed and slammed locker doors, their voices mixing with the low hum of bus engines. Autumn kept her head down, focusing on reaching the school's main entrance before trouble found her. She'd learned to plan her routes carefully, avoiding crowded hallways where kids might bump her chair or whisper mean names like Wheels. But today, trouble was waiting. Hunter Blackwood, a 17-year-old football star, climbed out of his family's red diesel truck, his Letterman jacket hanging loosely over his broad shoulders. The jacket still carried the sweaty pride of last Friday's win against the Billings Bears. With his sandy hair neatly styled and a confident swagger, Hunter drew attention wherever he went. Younger girls lingered near their lockers, hoping he'd notice them. His friend Tyler Reed hopped out of the truck bed, brushing dust off his jeans, always ready to follow Hunter's lead. "Look at her, acting all normal," Hunter muttered, nodding toward Autumn as she neared the wheelchair ramp. Tyler smirked. "What's she doing?" "Watch this," Hunter said loudly, making nearby kids turn to look. Up on the ridge, Titan's massive head snapped up. His nostrils flared, catching a sharp scent in the wind, not of danger yet, but of something mean like predators circling. His muscles tensed under his dark coat as he watched Hunter and Tyler walk toward Autumn with purpose. At the school doors, Mrs. Patricia Wells, the kind-hearted school nurse, unlocked the entrance, her coffee mug steaming in the cold air. Her keys jingled as she smiled at Autumn. "Good morning, sweetheart. How's your mom doing with her new vet practice?" "I hear ranchers from 3 counties are calling her." Autumn's face softened. "She's doing great, Mrs. Wells. Yesterday, she stitched up a horse caught in barbed wire. The owner said she's the gentlest vet he's ever seen." Mrs. Wells held the door wide, a small gesture Autumn appreciated since moving to Ridgewater 6 months ago. "Your mom's got healing hands," Mrs. Wells said, and she raised a daughter with a big heart. Autumn smiled, but her eyes flicked nervously toward the parking lot, where she heard heavy footsteps. Hunter and Tyler's boots thudded on the concrete, moving fast. Autumn glanced over her shoulder, her stomach tightening as she saw their cold, calculating faces. "Hey, Wheels," Hunter called, his voice loud enough to turn heads. The nickname stung, reducing her to her wheelchair, erasing her as a person. Autumn pushed harder, her hands quick on the wheel rims, trying to reach the safety of the school before they caught up. She'd learned long ago that bullies like Hunter thrived on isolating their targets, and the parking lot was too open, too far from teachers. "Get inside before they trap you," she thought, her heart racing. "I'm talking to you," Hunter said, his voice sharper as he sped up, closing the gap. His confidence came from years of getting his way through intimidation and his family's wealth. The Blackwoods owned half the town's businesses, and everyone knew it. "Leave her alone, Hunter," a voice cut through the air. Sophia Valdez, a small sophomore with dark eyes full of fire, stepped out from behind a bus. Barely 5 feet tall, she carried an authority that made even older kids pause. She'd been suspended twice last year for fighting bullies who picked on weaker students. "This isn't your business, Valdez," Hunter snapped, his focus shifting. "It is when you're messing with my friend," Sophia said, moving to stand between Hunter and Autumn's wheelchair. On the ridge, Titan began his descent. His hooves found steady ground among pine trees and rocky outcrops, his massive body moving with surprising grace. A deep, protective instinct drove him, something older than human rules, pulling him toward the girl he'd chosen to guard. Autumn was inches from the school door when Hunter stepped in front of her, blocking her path. His tall frame loomed, trapping her between the building and concrete barriers. "Where are you going so fast, Wheels?" he asked, his voice fake calm. "We just want to talk." Autumn gripped her wheelchair tightly, her knuckles white. "I need to get to class," she said quietly. "Mr. Patterson doesn't like late students." Tyler moved to her left, boxing her in. "Why do you get special treatment around here?" he asked, his tone bitter. The question carried old grudges kids had whispered about Autumn's wheelchair ramp, the elevator to second-floor classes, the extra test time when her hands cramped. They saw her accommodations as unfair perks, not necessities for a world built without her in mind. "What special treatment?" Autumn asked, though she knew the list by heart. "Ramps, elevators, your own parking spot," Hunter listed, his voice louder as more kids gathered to watch. "Doesn't seem fair to those of us who climb stairs and fight for parking." "Those aren't perks," Sophia said, her voice tight with anger. "They're for equal access." "Equal access?" Tyler laughed, mocking her. "Sounds like she gets stuff handed to her that we have to earn." Autumn felt the words like a slap. "I work harder than most kids here," she said, her voice steady despite her shaking hands. "I plan every move through this school. I come early to avoid crowds. I carry extra supplies because I can't reach half the shelves." "Poor little Autumn," Hunter said, stepping closer, his shadow falling over her wheelchair. "You play the wheelchair card for attention, don't you?" His words were cruel, said with the ease of someone who'd never questioned his right to judge. The gathered kids shifted, some looking away, others watching like it was a show. Down the mountainside, Titan moved faster, his hooves pounding the earth, birds scattering from trees as he passed. His breathing was heavy, not from effort but from worry for the girl he'd been watching. "Back off, Hunter," Sophia warned, standing firm in front of Autumn. "You're out of line." "Am I?" Hunter asked, his smile cold. "Or am I saying what everyone thinks?" The parking lot went silent, except for the wind whistling through the pine trees and the distant rumble of buses. Then, without warning, Hunter grabbed the handles of Autumn's wheelchair. "Let's see how special you really are," he said, jerking the chair backward. Autumn's arms flailed as the chair tipped, her body sliding toward the hard concrete below. She gasped, her fingers slipping on the armrests, bracing for a painful fall. That's when the ground shook. A deep rumble grew louder, like thunder rolling down the mountain. Hooves pounded, branches snapped, and something massive crashed through the trees near the school. "What's that?" Tyler asked, his voice shaky. Through the tree line, a huge, dark shape burst into view. Titan, his eyes wild, nostrils flaring, every muscle ready for battle. Behind him, Sheriff Vincent Gray and two deputies, Martinez and Johnson, galloped on horseback, struggling to keep up with the enraged bull. "Nobody move!" Sheriff Gray shouted, his voice booming with 25 years of law enforcement experience. "That bull is mad." Titan's dark eyes locked on Hunter, his head lowered, ears pinned back, a low growl rumbling from his chest. It was a sound of ancient anger, a warning that even a city kid like Hunter understood. For the first time, Autumn saw fear in Hunter's eyes. This story took a lot of work to tell, so if you're enjoying it, please follow us. It means the world. Now, let's get back to the story. The silence after Titan's arrival was heavy, like a storm about to break. The massive bull stood 30 yards from the school entrance, his chest heaving, steam rising from his nostrils in the cold air. His coat glistened with morning dew and sweat from his run down the mountain. His eyes stayed fixed on Hunter's hands, still near Autumn's wheelchair, reading danger like a Wolf watching a threat. Sheriff Gray dismounted slowly, his movements calm but firm, trained to handle tense situations. His deputies spread out, blocking escape paths while keeping a safe distance from Titan. Their horses snorted, sensing the tension. "Son, step away from the girl," Sheriff Gray said to Hunter. "That bull sees you as a threat right now." Hunter's face went pale, his tan fading under fear. But his hand stayed on the wheelchair, pride battling panic. A wild bull charging into town didn't fit his world, where humans ruled and animals obeyed. "This is crazy," he muttered, his heart pounding so loud he could hear it. Titan snorted, a sound like a train releasing steam. His front hoof scraped the asphalt, leaving deep scratches a clear warning. "That's no ordinary bull," Deputy Martinez said quietly, her hand steady on her horse's reins. "That's Titan, Blackstone Ranch's prize breeding bull? 8 years up there, never caused trouble, never came to town. Why now?" Sheriff Gray kept his eyes on the scene, studying Autumn's scared face, Hunter's tense stance, and Sophia's defiance. Martinez spoke again. "Something's got him riled up. Bulls don't protect strangers unless they see something wrong." Tyler and the other kids who'd been watching backed away, their earlier bravado gone. A 2,000-pound bull wasn't part of their game. Hunter stood frozen, the wheelchair like an anchor tying him to a situation spiraling out of control. His instincts screamed to run, but pride kept him rooted, unwilling to look weak in front of half the school. Principal Catherine Ross burst out of the school, her usual calm shattered. "What in the world is happening?" she demanded, her voice sharp with frustration. She was used to solving problems with meetings, not facing wild animals in her parking lot. "A bull came down from Blackstone Ranch," Sheriff Gray said. "It's focused on your students. We need to clear the area and call animal control." "Can't you just shoot it?" Ross asked, desperate for a quick fix. "Nobody's shooting anything," said Dr. Rebecca Taylor, Autumn's mom, stepping out of her veterinary truck. She carried the calm of someone who worked with big animals every day. "That bull's not attacking randomly, he's protecting someone specific." Titan's massive head dipped slightly, recognizing Dr. Taylor from her visits to the ranch for his checkups. Then his eyes snapped back to Hunter, unblinking. "He's protecting Autumn," Dr. Taylor said, her voice firm as the puzzle pieces clicked. "I've seen herd animals adopt vulnerable people. He's decided she needs him." The idea hit the crowd like a spark. A disabled girl, failed by her school, was being guarded by a bull. The symbolism wasn't lost on anyone, especially the adults who'd looked the other way while bullying grew. Coach Ricardo Morales, the athletic director, jogged over from the faculty lot, his whistle bouncing against his chest. He knew every player on his teams, especially Hunter, his star quarterback. He saw Hunter's tense posture and Autumn's fear. "Blackwood, what did you do?" he asked, his voice heavy with disappointment. "I didn't do anything," Hunter said, but his voice cracked. "That thing went crazy for no reason." "Bulls don't go crazy without cause," Dr. Taylor said, stepping closer while keeping a safe distance from Titan. "They're smart, with strong emotions." He saw a threat to someone he cares about. Autumn spoke softly, her voice cutting through the tension. "He's been watching me for weeks. I felt eyes on me every morning, thought it was my imagination. It was him." Her words sent a ripple through the crowd. A bull had noticed her struggles when teachers and classmates hadn't. "That's impossible," Hunter said, but his voice wavered. "The proof stood 30 yards away, snorting and pawing the ground with fierce care." "Animals see vulnerability we miss," Dr. Taylor said. "Horses protect disabled kids. Dogs adopt orphaned animals. Titan chose Autumn." Sheriff Gray needed to end the standoff before someone got hurt. "Miss Taylor, can you move away?" "It might calm him." Autumn shook her head, her voice firm. "No, if I leave, Hunter will just do this again later. This isn't about the bull, it's about what happened before he came." Her words were a wake-up call. Everyone had focused on Titan, but a student had been attacked on school grounds and only a bull had stepped in. Principal Ross took charge. "Mr. Blackwood, let go of that wheelchair now. Your hands don't belong on her equipment." Hunter's grip loosened, his pride crumbling. "We were just talking," he mumbled. "Talking doesn't mean cornering someone," Coach Morales said, his voice stern. He'd watched Hunter's behavior slide from leadership to arrogance, covered by his football success. "Your family's motto is, build strong foundations for the community. What foundation are you building by hurting her?" Hunter looked down, shame creeping in. Kids pulled out phones, recording the scene. Social media was already buzzing with videos of a bull facing off against a bully. Titan relaxed slightly, sensing less danger, but stayed alert, his eyes tracking every move. A white Channel 7 news van screeched into the lot, cameras flashing. Reporter Christine Park jumped out, her sharp eyes catching the drama. Massive bull, a girl in a wheelchair, deputies on horseback, and scared teenagers. This is Christine Park, live from Lincoln High School in Ridgewater, where a 2,000-pound bull is protecting a disabled student from bullies, she said into her microphone. Her cameraman zoomed in on Titan's imposing form. Sources say the bull came down from Blackstone Ranch after witnessing an attack. Principal Ross moved to block the crew. This is school property, no interviews without parent consent. But the story was live across Montana, showing a bull doing what the school hadn't, protecting the vulnerable. Sheriff Gray's radio crackled. Animal control's 15 minutes out. The governor's office wants a report. The situation was growing bigger than Ridgewater's small borders. Gregory Blackwood's black Escalade roared in, tires squealing. Hunter's dad, a wealthy construction company owner, stormed out, his suit sharp against the chaos of horses and news vans. At 48, he carried the confidence of a man who solved problems with money and power. "Why's my son near a bull instead of in class?" he demanded. "It's a delicate situation, Mr. Blackwood," Sheriff Gray said. "Stay calm and let us handle it." "Delicate? That beast needs to be shot," Gregory shouted, drawing camera attention. "Nobody's shooting anything," Dr. Taylor said firmly. "Your son was intimidating my daughter when the bull intervened," Sophia spoke up, fearless. "I saw it." Hunter tilted her chair back, threatening her. Gregory waved her off. "You're a kid. You don't understand." "I understand bullying," Sophia shot back. "A bull had to do what this school wouldn't protect Autumn." Coach Morales faced Gregory. "I've been warning you about Hunter's behavior for months. This isn't new," Gregory's voice rose. "My son's a leader. Leaders make tough calls soft people don't get. Leaders protect, not hurt," Morales said quietly. "What happened here wasn't leadership, it's cruelty." Titan tensed as Gregory's voice grew louder, his muscles ready to act. "Dad, please stop," Hunter said, his voice barely above a whisper. "This is my fault. I hurt her and the bull saw it." The crowd froze. Hunter, the town's golden boy, was admitting guilt in front of everyone, classmates, teachers, news cameras. "You're confused," Gregory said, his face red with anger. "We'll fix this at home." "I'm not confused," Hunter said, stepping away from Autumn's wheelchair. "I'm ashamed. I've been acting like a monster and it took a bull to show me." Titan moved closer to Autumn, his stance less aggressive but still protective. As if he sensed the danger fading, Dr. Christopher Bell, the school psychologist, watched from the crowd's edge, noting the family dynamics. "This isn't just bullying," he told Principal Ross. "Hunter's family enabled him by ignoring his actions. His confession is a breakthrough, but his dad will pressure him to take it back." Ross nodded, her face grim. "How do we move forward?" "Carefully," Bell said. "Hunter's showing real courage, but he'll need support to stay honest." The news cameras caught every word, spreading Hunter's confession across social media, where comments ranged from praise to doubt. Esperanza Valdez, Sophia's grandmother and a retired teacher, arrived in her old pickup truck. At 72, she moved slowly, but carried the wisdom of 4 decades in schools. "What's happened, mija?" she asked Sophia in Spanish, then switched to English. Sophia explained, Hunter was hurting Autumn and a bull came to protect her. Esperanza studied Titan. "Bulls don't leave their land without reason," she said. "This one saw something wrong," Gregory scoffed. "Animals don't judge people." Esperanza's steady gaze silenced him. "Animals see what we ignore, Mr. Blackwood. Sometimes it takes an outsider to show us our mistakes." Animal Control Officer Dan Murphy pulled up, his truck loaded with tranquilizer gear. He studied Titan's calm but alert stance. "I've done this job 15 years and I've never seen a bull protect a human he doesn't know," he said. "He's not a threat, he's a guardian." The idea grew stronger. Titan's actions weren't random. He'd chosen Autumn as his charge. Judge Victoria Barnes arrived, still in her black court robes, called from her morning session by reports of a possible civil rights violation. At 61, she was a fierce disability rights advocate. "Sheriff, it seems a student was assaulted and a bull intervened where the school failed," she said. This suggests a systemic problem. Principal Ross defended herself. We have anti-bullying policies. Policies don't work if they're not enforced, Barnes said dryly. Deputy Nicole Stewart approached Sheriff Gray quietly. Security cameras caught the whole thing, Hunter grabbing Autumn's chair. Gregory paled. I want to see that footage. It's evidence, Stewart said. For a criminal case? The word criminal hit Gregory like a punch. Hunter spoke softly. Dad, I need a lawyer. Judge Barnes nodded. He's facing serious charges. He needs counsel. Titan stayed calm, his eyes on Autumn, a steady protector amid the chaos. Dr. Bell spoke to Pastor Samuel Turner, who'd arrived after calls from worried church members. Hunter needs support to keep his integrity against his dad's pressure, Bell said. Doing right can be lonely, Turner replied, especially for a 17-year-old against his own family. The crisis escalated when 3 black SUVs with government plates rolled in. Special Agent Rebecca Morris of the FBI's Civil Rights Division stepped out, her suit crisp, her demeanor all business. Sheriff, we're here about systematic harassment of disabled students, culminating in today's assault, she said. Gregory protested. My son made a mistake. This isn't federal. Assaulting a disabled person is a hate crime, Morris said. The school's inaction makes it a civil rights issue. Dr. Taylor offered records of past incidents the school ignored. Hunter approached Morris, trembling but determined. I'm Hunter Blackwood. I assaulted Autumn. I'll tell you everything. The crowd went silent. You have the right to remain silent, Morris said. I'm done hiding, Hunter said, defying his father's glare. I'm telling the truth. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, Titan's vet, worried about the bull's stress. He's been guarding Autumn for hours. It's a lot for him. Agent Morris noted, this bull did more for civil rights than the school. Old Pete Harrison, Titan's owner, arrived in his beat-up truck. At 76, he knew Titan better than anyone. That bull won't leave until Autumn's safe, he said. He's got a long memory. If she's in danger again, he'll be back. The tension spiked when Sheriff Gray's radio crackled. Armed men with rifles are heading to Blackstone Ranch. They want to hurt Titan to stop this story. Pete's face hardened. Nobody touches my bull. Agent Morris said, this is retaliation for exposing discrimination. Gregory, despite his anger, offered resources. Vigilante justice will make this worse for everyone. Dr. Taylor grabbed her VEC bag. If Titan's hurt, he'll need me. Autumn begged. Mom, it's dangerous. Hunter stepped forward. I'll go. This is my fault. Sophia added, I'm going too. Pete climbed into his truck. I've protected Titan 8 years. I'm not stopping now. The convoy, Dr. Taylor's vet truck, Sheriff Gray's patrol car, Pete's pickup, Agent Morris's SUV, and Pastor Turner's sedan with Hunter and Sophia headed to the ranch. At the school, Autumn sat in her wheelchair, surrounded by adults, feeling helpless. Titan protected me, she told Judge Barnes. Now they're protecting him? It's like the town's learning his lesson? At Blackstone Ranch, the late afternoon sun painted the pastures gold. 3 men with rifles hid behind barriers, shooting at Titan's herd. The bull stood firm, blood streaking his coat from multiple wounds, protecting his mores. Dr. Taylor leaped from her truck, her training kicking in. They're not trying to kill him outright, she said. They're torturing him to send a message. Hunter recognized the men. They work for my uncle's construction company. They're hurting Titan to hurt my dad's business. Sophia pulled a hunting horn from her backpack, learned from Summers at her uncle's ranch. If I blow this, it'll distract them, give Titan a chance to move. Her quick thinking impressed the adults. Pastor Turner radioed state police with terrain details. Hunter offered, I know a secret trail to the upper pasture. They won't expect us. That trail's dangerous, Sheriff Gray said. Neither was Titan ready when he protected Autumn, Hunter replied. Agent Morris decided, Hunter guides us but stays with my team. As the sun set, Sophia's horn blasted, startling the shooters. Federal agents moved in. Drop your weapons. Morris commanded. Hunter shouted, It's over, you're surrounded. The shooters froze, then surrendered. Dr. Taylor reached Titan, treating his wounds. He's hurt bad, but I can save him, she said. Pastor Turner prayed softly. This bull showed us grace. Titan was stabilized, and the shooters were arrested for animal cruelty and witness intimidation. 3 months later, Autumn sat at Blackstone Ranch, watching Titan graze with his herd. His scars showed, but his strength was back. Ridgewater had changed. New anti-bullying rules, overseen by the feds, protected students. Dr. Bell became the disability rights coordinator. Hunter served 2 years working with disabled youth, a punishment he chose. Sophia joined a civil rights program. The FBI convicted 17 people for civil rights violations. Judge Barnes' Autumn Taylor protection protocols became a state model. Autumn whispered, "Thank you," to Titan. He dipped his head as if he heard. His story became Ridgewater's legend. Strength protects, courage commits, and justice can come from a bull's hooves when humans fail. The vulnerable would never be alone again because someone was always watching from the ridge, ready to defend them.